Welcome in to Seahawks Today. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us. On today's show, we will preview the Seahawks matchup with the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football to begin the 2022 NFL season. It is going to be a dandy, folks. An emotional night ahead as Russell Wilson makes his return to Seattle after the offseason trade that sent him to the Denver Broncos. And we have seen over the last few months, there have been a lot of memories shared and some hurt feelings. Now, time to settle things on the football field between these two teams. The Seahawks in the midst of a rebuild. Denver, for the last few years, has been rebuilding, and now they found their quarterback. Two teams potentially going in opposite directions off of 7-10 seasons last year. Odds for this game, the Broncos are favored at 6.5, and the over-under is 44.5 for this matchup there. So I would imagine that a lot of you Seahawk fans will be wanting to put some money down on the Seahawks to get away with this cover here, to pull off not only the win outright, but to get the cover here, a chance to make money, and also bet that over, because life's too short to bet the under here. It's going to be, I think, a very entertaining game. I have the Broncos winning. I know. I think I have the Broncos getting it done, 27-24. Don't kill me for that, but that's my pick. But you can get your picks in now with BetUS at chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code Seahawks125 for a 125% deposit bonus. You may be wondering, what does that mean, Tyler? What's a 125% deposit bonus? Well, if you put $100 down, they're going to give you $125 to spend for free. You can do it at one place, chatsports.com/bet, promo code Seahawks125 at checkout. And so, while you're placing your bets, might as well get loud in the comments section. Predict the score for this matchup. You heard my pick just a moment ago. I have Denver winning 27-24. Of course, we're pulling for a Seahawks win around here, though. That's what we'd like to see. What say you? Let us know in the comments section. Predict the score for the Seattle-Denver game on Monday night. The injury front for the Seahawks, of the active 53-man roster, Kenneth Walker III dealing with a hernia injury, likely not going to play on Monday. Sidney Jones with a concussion, Boye Mafe with a shoulder injury, Alton Robinson with a knee injury, Damien Lewis with an ankle injury. All of their statuses are yet to be determined. And also of note, cornerback Trey Brown and John Radigan, they're on the PUP list. Those guys will not be available for at least the first 4 weeks. And then cornerback John Reed, wide receiver Cody Thompson, and edge rusher Tyreek Smith are on IR, so we won't see them. So that's where the Seahawks stand with injuries. Denver, they're in much better shape when it comes to the injury front than what Seattle is right now. Billy Turner, Jonas Griffith, Randy Gregory, and Tyree Cleveland dealing with various injuries. They all practiced this week and are all expected to play on Monday. So on Denver's side of things, they're going to have everybody. All of their active 53-man roster are going to be healthy and ready to go if all things go according to plan throughout practices and walkthroughs this week. We'll see the Broncos at full strength. So let's go ahead and get to my keys to victory for the Seattle Seahawks. For me, it starts with a quick passing game for Seattle. I want to see Geno Smith get that ball off very fast because the Broncos have a good pass rush. When you look at Randy Gregory and Bradley Chubb, those guys can get to the quarterback. And Geno Smith, if he can get that ball off faster, then that means that it's less likely for mistakes as well. And we've talked a lot on this program about DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, but Noah Fant, he's got a lot to play for too here, right? Playing against his former team. To me, that's a good option for the quick passing game to get some yardage immediately, to substitute the run game for the pass game is use your tight ends. Use that quick passing game. Number 2, got to get pressure on Russell Wilson. Contain him in the pocket. Look, Seahawk fans, you all know as well as anybody out there that Russell Wilson is at his best when he is able to get out of the pocket and throw on the run and get the ball downfield. And for years, this Seahawks team has been facing Russell Wilson in practice, and they have not had the opportunity to hit Russell Wilson. And now, Brooks, Barton, all these guys will have a chance to finally get contact on Russell Wilson. Got to get pressure on him. Got to get hits on the quarterback. Rattle him up a bit. And to me, you do those things, you could be in good shape. Next up, win the turnover battle. Obviously, this is twofold. Geno Smith has to take care of the football. And to his credit, Geno Smith, for whatever you make of Geno Smith, the thing that he's improved on a lot, comparably speaking to his time when he was a starter with the New York Jets, is he takes care of the football a lot more than he did before. He's still a game manager. He is not going to be somebody that throws for 400 yards a game. But he limits his mistakes a lot better than Drew Lock does. Have to limit those mistakes and also force some turnovers as well. I'm looking to the secondary. You see this group with Mike Jackson, Tariq Woolen, some unproven guys in that secondary. They're going to have to step up and, cause some issues. Whether it's playing zone or man, whatever they do defensively, mixing it up, those guys, I think, whether it's even Diggs or Adams, somebody is going to have to pick off Russell Wilson and win that turnover battle, and that's that front. Last thing for keys to the game, got to set the emotions aside. And here's what I mean by this. This is going to be a night that we're going to remember for the rest of our lives when Russell Wilson returned to Seattle. It is going to be emotional. But once that ball kicks off, you got to put that away. You can't be worrying about John Russell Wilson trying to, get in his face or, do things like that. You have to put that aside because you don't want to get called for any penalties. You don't want any personal fouls or anything like that. You got to put that aside. Save that for the beginning of the game and the end of the game. But when the game's going on, set those emotions aside and focus on the matter at hand of winning the football game and playing a clean football game. Set those emotions aside, and you'll be in good shape. My X factors to the Seahawks, 3 names in particular. Noah Fant at the tight end spot, playing against the team that he started for, and they traded him away. He wasn't good enough for the Denver Broncos. And he, for me, is that number 3 option. Everyone's focusing in on how the Seahawks have a big drop-off when you move on from DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. And while that's true, Noah Fant can fill that void as your de facto number 3 tight end. He's got something to prove. Kobe Bryant, as much talk as we've made about Tariq Woolen, here's Kobe Bryant, who was right there with Tariq Woolen, and it looks like Woolen's going to start. Kobe Bryant is a guy that could be a factor, that could make some noise as a backup outside corner or playing nickel, wherever he may be. I expect him to make plays. And then there's DJ Dallas, who this preseason just came out of nowhere, right? We have never seen DJ Dallas show much until this preseason when he showed that he can not only be a good runner but a good receiver as well out of the backfield, that he can be a really good third down back. I'm watching out for DJ Dallas. With Kenneth Walker III likely not able to go on Monday night, the Seahawks will need a lot from DJ Dallas as potentially the number 2 running back for the Seahawks. Now your turn. Name an X factor for the Seahawks against the Broncos. You tell me in the comment section. Give me one name to watch. Maybe it was somebody we mentioned. Maybe it was somebody we did not mention. Who is the guy that is off the radar for your Seattle Seahawks that will be an X factor on Monday night? Let me know in the comment section below one name that will be an X factor. We're going to be all over this Seahawks and Broncos game on Monday night with a live watch party here on the channel. We'll get things started about 15 minutes before kickoff, reacting to the game in real time. We'll do a live post-game show as well. Subscribe now so you'll be the first to know, so you can be here right when we get started for our watch party. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. I'll be here, and I can guarantee you it will be a great time. You will not want to miss out on this. And you may be watching the game. You may be at the game. Whatever it may be, just get out your phone or put us on your TV and enjoy what we have to offer you as we'll react to this game in real time and have a lot of fun, have a few cold ones while doing it too, some nice beverages in hand. You will not want to miss out on it. Seahawks Broncos live watch party here on Seahawks Today. Subscribe now, youtube.com/Seahawks TV. A few X factors for the Broncos to watch for. Jerry Jeudy. He was picked in the first round just a couple of years ago out of Alabama. Terrific college player, but he hasn't played to his potential yet. Jeudy has not had a 1,000-yard season receiving to this point. And part of the idea of bringing in Russell Wilson was to get more out of Jerry Jeudy. He's going to be a guy that needs to step up for them and would like to see an instant impact. I'm probably going to butcher his name, but we'll give it our best shot. Albert Okwuegbunam. I probably missed it. Anyways, the starting tight end for the Denver Broncos. He is replacing Noah Fant, and the Broncos have liked what they've seen from Albert. I'm just going to call him Albert. He could be a matchup problem. He has been somebody that's impressed so far throughout the preseason, throughout camp. And then there's Draymond Jones at the defensive end spot. Jones started 7 games for Denver last year, had 5.5 sacks. He's going to be somebody that Denver expects to step up and could be a problem for the Seahawks offensive line to deal with. So, looking forward to it. Going to be a lot of fun between now and then. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Tyler Jones Live. That's the easiest way to find me as I'm talking about your favorite team each and every day on those platforms. Follow me there. And the first 10 people to follow me on any of those platforms, I'm going to follow you back. So do that now. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Tyler Jones Live. And before we go, who will be the Seahawks team MVP this season? Let me know in the comments section who that will be for the Seahawks in 2022. Let me know in the comments section below as we near the start of kickoff here on Seahawks Today. We'll see you next time.